We're outdoors, taking a walk on a lovely spring evening. We see a still pond onto which a breeze designs gentle ripples. And then we dance the waltz. All of this and more coming right up on Conducting Pills. Hi, I'm Gianmaria Griglio, I'm a conductor and a composer, and welcome to this new episode of Conducting Pills, a series where we take a repertoire piece or a part of it and we analyze it from a conductor's point of view. In this episode, we'll dive into the first and second movements of Dvořák's Serenade for strings, the structure, the phrasing, and of course we'll have some technical tips. As usual, you can jump through different sections of the video by clicking on the links present in the description below. I want to take a second to thank my patron Gabriel Tivan for his invaluable feedback and to remind you that on my Patreon page you can find all the bonus episodes of Conducting Pills on top of many other patrons' works. Now, let's start. 1875, the year in which this work was written, was a particularly intense one for Dvořák. It's the year that marks his fifth symphony, the second string quintet, and the famous Moravian duets, among other works. Dvořák was beginning to being recognized as a composer, which eased his minds of financial burdens. Apparently, the Serenade for Strings was written in less than a couple of weeks and was premiered in Prague in 1876. The work holds, for the most part, that same spirit of an outdoor evening we recognized in Elgar's Serenade. The first movement smells of a serene night in late spring with a lovely breeze. It's an ABA structure, beginning with a delicate theme that, just like with Elgar's piece, will come back in the last movement. Played by the second violins, the theme is accompanied by a gentle pulsing of the violas, while the cellos answer in the second bar. Take a note of that small cell of 1/8 note and 2 16 notes. We'll see plenty of it along the movement. The first violins take the lead in bar 5, extending the same musical idea. They get more active in bars 8 and 9, and perhaps the breeze got slightly stronger for a moment and took your hat away. Notice the double bass. It's in pizzicato all the way until bar 11. The phrase slowly closes, the breeze calms down, and the double basses add a bit of weight with the arco marking on the dominant. On top, the small lyrical and rhythmical cell is repeated throughout. Right from the start, visual score study will tell you how to make the most out of your conductor's space. Start at waist level, small gestures because of the dynamic, legato stroke, and switch between right and left hand following the alternating lines of the second violins and cellos. As if it was nothing, we go back to the main theme. It's slightly more intense. The violas are playing 3 notes now, not 2. The second violins are echoed both by the cellos and the double basses. And the first violins add a counter line on top. The phrase gains courage and moves up in a progression that takes it up to a forte dynamic. It's just a moment, and it retreats almost immediately to a softer dynamic. The arpeggio of the cellos leads to the head of the theme again, played by the second violins. This idea keeps bouncing back and forth through the sections in the coda of this A section until it's reduced to its smallest element. And just like that, Dvořák takes us to a gentle dance in G major. Based on a dotted rhythm, it never loses its delicate touch. It remains all the time in the dynamic spectrum of the pianissimo to mezzo forte, orchestrated very lightly. Notice the quadruplet of 16 notes at the end of bar 31. Again, we'll see more of it. Now, following the model of the first section, the idea is repeated twice before taking off in a different direction. There's a crescendo, but the phrase falls back, returning to the same motive on bar 43. But this time, it's enriched by a lovely lyrical line sung by half of the cellos. It's a brief affair. We're put on hold for a moment, and then we seem to go back to the dance. But there's a surprise. A forzato marking makes use of those 4/16 notes, and across the following 3 bars takes us back to the A section. Those same 4 notes become an accompaniment played by the second violins, while the first sing out the theme in octaves. When the theme is repeated on bar 66, it's now in the hands of 2 solo cellos playing in the high register of the instrument. This increases the delicacy of the line. The theme echoes in the coda of the section, and the piece ends in the most gentle way. The second movement changes the tone in contrast with the first movement. Dvořák moves to the relative minor of E major, C sharp minor, and chooses another dance form, the valse. The structure is again A, B, A. The first part of the section A presents the 5 bars long theme for 4 times. Each time he adds something new to it. The violas split, the double basses enter on the third iteration, and the theme itself undergoes slight rhythmic variations. All of this, on top of the increase in dynamics, creates a wonderful 16 bars long crescendo. After repeating all the 20 bars once, the crescendo snaps into a bridging section built exclusively on the head of the theme. It's in a Mixolydian mode, which uses a dominant 7 on an E as a bass, which will eventually lead to A major. Notice this, the bar phrasing is changing. The first part was built on cycles of 5 bars, giving a total sense of balance in its 20 bars length. The second part starts with regular 2 bars phrasing, but on bar 31, Dvořák tricks us with a 3 bars phrasing followed by the hemiolas of the violins over 2 bars. All of this has the effect of throwing off the ear of the listener, creating an element of surprise. Bars 31 to 33 can be grouped together. Keep very small gestures on the hemiolas on bars 34 and 35. These rhythms can be really tricky. Most of the time, less is more. And by the way, I'm going into greater depth on the technical aspects of these first 2 movements in the bonus episode you will find on Patreon. The surprise continues. The next musical idea is another dance, on a dotted rhythm, as we heard in the first movement. But look, the cadence is in 2, nested into the 3 of the movement. This part is repeated again, and then we're taken back to the lyricism of the first theme. Notice again the hemiolas in bars 53 and 54. The theme seems to fold on itself, dying away in a triple piano dynamic. But the last 2 chords, in an abrupt fortissimo, tell us otherwise. The B section enharmonically moves to D flat major. We're back in pianissimo and dolce with a serene melody sung by the first violins. The Serenade is clouded by the second part of the phrase, which ends up on an F minor. The motive is retaken, again by the first violins, in octave this time. They are echoed by the second violins and half of the cellos, while the other half keeps a lively pizzicato underneath. There are no more clouds, and the episode is repeated. After that, the second part of the B section comes along. The idea is now underlined by a counterpoint reminiscent of the first theme, passing from the violas to the second violins to the cellos and basses. A short extension of it brings back a cell from the first theme, in piano first, then in pianissimo. But Dvořák isn't ready to go back just yet. The pianissimo explodes in a fortissimo and marcatissimo. This full force episode ends once more in a diminuendo, where a downward chromatic scale topped by the hemiolas of the first violins reintroduces the cantabile theme of the B section. Notice how that small thematic cell from the opening idea is now used as a counterpoint and as a connecting element to the A section. When it does come back, the A section is identical to the first time, except for the very end. The last chord is not a minor but a major one, preluding to the happier time that's coming up. Now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button right below this video and ring the bell so you will get notified every time a new video comes out. You can also show your support on Patreon, and if you're interested in conducting technique, follow my Facebook group. All the links are in the description. Let me know in the comments what you think about this piece and if you have any suggestions for future videos. And I look forward to seeing you next week with another episode of Conducting Pills, when we will go through the other 3 movements of this wonderful work. In the meanwhile, please continue to enjoy music and be well.